Hello, I am back again, and for this video I'm going to use the greens and reds that I set aside from my last video. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on, and I pulled out some green glitter washi. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll start with, let's start with this one. Why not? Actually, I want to line these up and see, because there's some very prominent, like these are very prominent, so I want to separate those really good. All right, now I need something in between there. That's good. Green. That would be pretty there. This one would be pretty here. In the middle, I could do this pretty one. That's so shiny. Alrighty, that's really pretty. I like that. That's pretty much the width that it just needs to be, so that's good. All right, so let me pull this over, and then we'll go for it. So I'm going to start by this one and laying this down. Wondering, they're not long enough to go sideways, so I mean diagonal, so I'm going to have to do sideways again. But that's okay. There's plenty of things we can do with them once they're put on. All right, so that one's done. Oops. Is that a E? Yes, it was. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to find that, the beginning spot. Oh, this green is gorgeous. Alrighty, next color. And it's funny because I know someone who refuses to use red and green together throughout the year because those are Christmas colors. But they're not. They're pepper colors. They're just nice colors together. So, and I have no idea what I'm going to end up doing with this card. I just know that I wanted to do this green with this gorgeous green washi in between. So, it'll be interesting even to me to see what we come up with to do with this when we're done. Alrighty. That is so pretty. I love green. I just think it's a gorgeous color. Whoops, I almost forgot the washi. Ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. There. And if you have weather like Connecticut, where it's humid all year round, worst is the summertime, but it stays very humid in the winter time too. And that really, I know our post office doesn't even offer the lickable postage stamps anymore because they just get stuck, and they were replacing way too many. So they only sell the sticker ones, which is kind of nice. But we have to be very careful with humidity here. So, and washi tape definitely reacts to the humidity. It gets stuck together. Oh my goodness. And in the summertime, when it gets so warm and the humidity kicks in, then it just melts everything. Oh, it gets so gross. This one, and I'm glad this one slanted a little bit because this one was slanted a little bit too, so it's kind of going a little wonky on me, but this should straighten it up. Yep, I think so. Maybe a little bit too much, but that's okay. I don't mind. This is really pretty. I'm liking this one. I like all of them, just because it's amazing that you can make another sheet of paper out of scraps, you know? And it just looks so neat. And sometimes it's even prettier than the beginning one that you started with. Very nice. This. That's pretty. I don't know why, but I'm just remembering. It's funny where my mind goes when I'm doing stuff like this. But I was just thinking of a fella that was on my brother's boat when he was in the Navy, and he asked me, "Hey, you want a double date with me and Lee sometime?" And I said, "Yeah," because she was my best friend in high school, and of course I'd like to double date with you guys. That would be fun. So he said, "All right, well, I can fix you up with one of the guys from the boat." And I said, "All right." And he says, "Well, what's your preference? Do you have a preference?" It's like, I don't know. And I was so in love with Andy Gibb. And I said, "Someone that looks like Andy Gibb." And he just laughed and he said, "All right." So, and he said, "Well, what do you like about Andy Gibb?" I said, "His hair and his chest hair." So he went and he found me. This is so funny. He found me this guy he was so nice. I felt so bad for him afterwards because I was just so stupid. I just acted so ridiculously silly. But this Italian guy, true Italian for sure, he had really nice manners. He came up but he was a little on the slow side, which was fine. But I just thought, oh, I'm going to have fun with this guy because, you know, I want to see how much he'll put up with. I know. That's what I used to do when I dated. I would test the guys and see, okay, because I'm a silly person. I like to be silly. And I don't know. So anyways, he came and he picked me up in a cab. And at first I thought, a cab? Okay, this is interesting. But then I thought, remember, he's a Navy guy, so, you know, he just lives in the barracks, so he may not have a vehicle. So anyways, he came and picked me up in the cab, and we went over to my sister-in-law's house, and my brother and Lisa were there already, of course, and we were going to order dinner together. So we ordered some grinders. So we got those, and they were so delicious. And then I always took a deck of cards with me no matter where I went. So that way, because I thought, all right, that way I can at least entertain myself. If it gets too boring, I can do that. I can entertain myself. So, but he was not boring. He was just, it was so sweet. He was the sweetest guy. And he just laughed, and he was enjoying the entertainment. I was just messing around, and they had spare rooms, beds and stuff down in the basement, so in her house. And so because they had a lot of kids, and so they kept all the spare beds downstairs, so if any of the kids came home, then they would have a bed to sleep in. So anyways, Jimmy and Lisa were off probably kissing and necking in one of the corners somewhere. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know this guy, and it made me feel so uncomfortable. But I wanted to have a fun time, so I was playing cards, and I was messing with him, and I was doing a card trick. And so I was doing every card trick I could think of, and he'd never heard of 52 pickup, and I did that, and I laughed, and he said, do it again. He made me do it a couple times, and I was like, why do you want me to do it again? And he said, you are so funny. He said, you're laughing. He says, I like your laughter. And I thought, that's really cute. Here I was being stupid, acting like an idiot, and I was making him pick all those cards up, and he did. And then eventually I'm helping him pick them up, and I'm just laughing and laughing. And I guess he had so much fun. He told my brother, he said that I was delightful, and he said that he would like to go out with me again sometime if I would go out with him. So, and soon after he got sent somewhere else, so we never did have another date. But I don't know what triggered that memory, but that was kind of fun. Yep. Alrighty, so I need another card. I have this white one. That'll work. Oh, that's one of the short ones that I had. Okay. That's okay. That'll still work. This was a cutoff piece, so it's not quite. It's 5 inches. 5 by 4. So 4 by 5 inch card, but that's okay. We can trim this down to fit it. And that will work just fine. So it's 5 inches, so I need just under 5 inches. So let's go about here. And just under 4 inches. Let's go about there. Alrighty. Perfect. Alright, so now what to do with this one? Well, first of all, I know I'm going to glue this on the inside, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's do it on that side in case I turn it. No, I'm not going to turn it anyways. Alright, we'll just put it on the bottom. And that was the top piece. So we've got 2 pieces that I cut off of there. Okay. So let's line this up. Put this on the bottom of the card. Right here. We'll leave a little border there. That's pretty. Alrighty, and we do have another piece. Maybe if I turn it the opposite way. Ooh, there you go. Or we could line it. Let's line it up. That'll be pretty. Alrighty. Tony Ortino. That was his last name, Tony Ortino. And he was hairy, let me tell you. He was a hairball. Well, being Italian, of course, he's hairy. So, I remember going to my Grandpa Cloya's family members, and they were all Italians, and oh my goodness, I used to love going over there because we always got fed. Every single time we go over there, we got fed, and they had some yummy food. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Except for we'd go to be visiting 4 or 5 families in one day, and we were exhausted. I was exhausted being a young kid. But because we were going to be in town, he would want to see as many people as we could, and we had to eat at each place. So he said, just eat a little, just eat a little. And I was like, okay, but it was so yummy. That is really pretty. I like this card. All right, now I'm thinking, I don't really want to, I'm wondering what it would look like if I put lace on either side. I think that would be really pretty because I've got this, and we could put that on either side. If I trimmed it up a little bit more, then I could add that, and that would be gorgeous. That would be really pretty, and that pulls that red out. All right, so you know what I'm going to do is, let's cut this. Because I'm going to cut it in half and just use half of it at a time. Half on each side. Alrighty, this is going to be pretty. Like so. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on this. There. Put that over here and line this up on there. line it up under these dots right there. Okay, there. All right, so that's on there nice. So I just need to trim that. Voila, and voila. Nice. And then I can see where I need to trim off the other. All right, so it's gonna go like that. So I need to, that's crooked. How did I end up cutting that crooked? Huh, that's weird. All right, let me fix that because that's gonna drive me crazy. All righty, so this piece, and is it this one? That is off a wee bit. Okay, so nope. Okay, and then what about this side? This is the side. Okay, that's why. Alrighty, that's better. Okay, now it won't drive me batty. Okay, so that's perfect. Yes, that's much better on top and bottom. All right, so then I need to figure out where this is going to go, because it's going to go right here. So this will go along that edge. So I need to, so this is where it's going to line up, so I need to cut it on that side. So I need to cut it, well, here's the dot, there. Right before those dots. Alrighty, between this line and those dots. Alrighty, so let's cut it. Cut this baby. Alrighty, so that, this line and those dots. Okay, so more to this side. Just do it right down the middle. Okay, that should work. That's really pretty. See, I could even put it over here. That would be pretty. But nope, I definitely want the other side. Yes, I do. And I want it to be right on there. So let's glue this on. And how far up is this one? It's up to about there. I'm trying to match up these mountains here. All right, there. All righty, and then I can trim this. And trim this. That's a cute card. And that should fit. Perfect. Alrighty, that one's out a little bit, but needs to be glued on better. Well, the whole thing is coming off, huh? Alright, let's try this again. There. Alrighty, and that's better. Ta-da! Tony Ortino, that's funny. I'll have to mention him to my sister-in-law. When they came in to visit with us, it was funny on that date then. I was at that point standing on top of one of the beds, and I was flinging the cards down, and he was trying to catch however many he could. Remember the old money show? the money phone booth, where they would have that money flying all over. I love that. And I always wanted to get on that show to see how much money I could grab. And we used to play with the Monopoly money and play that all the time. And when we were told we're not allowed to use that, then I just used my deck of cards. And I got him to play that game with me, and it was so fun. Oh my goodness. And yes, I was very young. This is probably when I was 14, 15, just being a silly teenager. Let's see, I had to be 14 in order to double or group date. I wasn't allowed to date until I was 14. So, and then it had to be a double or group, which was fine because we liked doing things as groups anyways. This came out pretty. So did you have rules in your house about how old you had to be to date? How old were you when you went on your first date? Do you remember? I like this. All right, so now I need something on the front. Like, for instance, let's see. Something red to make that red pop. That's so pretty. Ooh, do I have a word in here? Or something in red. Ooh, what's that? On your special day with love. That's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. That would be a nice birthday card. You know what? I'm going to do that because one of the senior centers requests birthday cards that the seniors can use. So I'm going to put this on, and this can be a nice birthday card for somebody to give to their family member. That will be nice. On your special day. And it matches. That red is perfect. I like that. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? That's so much fun. All right, so let me bring that up and show you. I like the way that came out. The green is gorgeous. So there you go. There's another fun idea. What to do with your scraps, making a background. So I hope you like this idea and you'll give it a try. Just cut it down extra, a little bit extra on either side, and throw some lace or ribbon or something on there. I make my paper lace. So I've always got a package, and that's, as you see, that's how I keep it. I just keep it in here. So just a long, skinny envelope. I've recycled that envelope from the junk mail that we get. So, all right. So I hope you do like this idea, and you'll give it a try. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.